Let's talk about absolute nothing. Let's have a conversation. Namaste Bitch, how are you? I want to know, and it's always a pleasure talking to you. I know there's a long time that I don't put any type of video in this channel, but I need to be super honest with you. It's so hard, it's so difficult to find this type of feeling that gives me pleasure to record video. I'm not telling you that I do this because I have to do. Of course not. That's the reason that I don't put video all the time. But I have my YouTube channel in Portuguese that I try to do videos at least once per week. And nowadays, I don't know why, I think it's so difficult to find the correct thing to say, to find the correct message to give to people. Because I don't know if I'm wrong, but my perception is that everybody is so violent when they talk to each other in social media. It looks like that people, they don't have good manners anymore. It's all about attacking each other. It's all about don't give a shit to what other people think or feel. So it's hard. And I think, okay, but I like to do that. I like to have this conversation. So of course I try to sit here all the time and record a video. But when I record video in Portuguese, it's much easier for me because this is my first language. It's natural. When I record a video, I don't write line by line what I have to tell. I just have an idea. I press this button to record and I begin to talk about what I want to talk. And I do the same thing in English. So imagine how difficult it is to do that in a language that is not my language. I know I have been speaking English for a long time, more than 1 decade, but my feeling is that when I'm recording a video in English, I am not myself the way that I am really in the reality. It's difficult to say that. Why? I'm not telling you that when I'm talking to people in English, I'm not myself. Of course, I am fully myself. I'm 100% Emerson. But when I'm talking in any type of situation, it's something that is kind of natural. So I don't have to think too much. And if I don't know the word, I try to change for another word, and in the end, everybody can understand me. But when you need to record a video here in English, the pressure is much higher. Because, of course, it's not a rule, but you need to be your best yourself to others. You need to pay attention how you speak. You need to pay attention if you are a nice person, if you are telling things correctly, if your English is perfect. And I know my English is not perfect. I say this all the time. I don't have a real feeling how good is my English. I know people can understand me, but I don't know if it's so perfect in the way that everybody tells me. I am not sure. So all these things makes a bit harder when you need to sit down. When I say we, I'm talking about myself. So basically when I need to sit down here and talk about anything. Because sometimes I don't know the correct word to use. I feel a bit ashamed because it's not nice when you show yourself in such a vulnerable way, when you show yourself that you are not perfect in something. I'm not telling that you need to be the best in an idea or whatever. And one more time, when I say you, I'm talking about myself. But it's very difficult when you need to speak about something and you know that you are recording a video. The pressure is higher because you pay much more attention about everything, and most of the times lots of things go wrong. And most of the time I don't realize. For example, I think I am having the best English ever. Not true, but at least it's acceptable. But when I stop to watch what I was recording, I realize so many mistakes that I feel so bad. And the thing is that, should I record again? But if I record again, probably another mistakes will happen. So it's so hard, the situation. It's really difficult. It's really difficult to record videos in English. And another thing, for example, right now I'm talking about anything and about nothing. I'm talking about a feeling. It's a bit easier. But imagine when I have to talk about a specific subject and I need to have the correct word for that situation, and that word, it doesn't appear in my mind. It's difficult, it's hard. Of course, I try to make all my videos with this kind of jump cut. What is a jump cut? It's a kind of, you don't see a video from beginning to end. There's lots of cuts in between. All the time when I have a time to breathe or when I think too much, I cut this space when nothing is happening and put all together, so you see like lots of cuts during this conversation. It makes a bit more vibrant, it makes a bit more acceptable, but I know lots of people do not like that. But I love to watch videos like this. I do the same thing in Portuguese. And I have to admit that this situation helps me a lot, especially in English. Because if you see a video that contains, for example, 10 minutes, believes me, it took me at least 20 minutes to record that. And I'm going to tell a secret, even more, because I have to think, rethink. Sometimes I say things that makes no sense and I try to stop and rethink and I record again. I'm not telling that what I'm going to try to tell. For example, while I'm talking to you right now, maybe if I'm saying something that makes no sense, I will say, okay, Emerson, that's a wrong idea. Say in another way. Okay, that's the idea. So all these things helps me a lot. So this is how I put video here. Okay, let's face the truth. This video makes no sense because I'm talking about nothing. It's more about this feeling. It's more about an explanation. It's more about a reason to say I'm so sorry that I don't put video all the time because it's hard. I'm trying to find the correct situation. I'm trying to find the correct mood to force myself to put videos all the time. I don't know if this will be possible in English, but I will try at least one video per month. I will try my best. Basically because I want to have this type of record, I want to have this type of memory of my life. I want to see maybe in 100 years how I sounded, is it correct to say this, but how I was at that time that I recorded that video. Because I hope that in 100 years, of course it's a joke, but for example in 10 years more, my English will be better. I don't think so, but I hope. What I'm trying right now is to articulate a bit more. That's the reason that sometimes when I'm talking to you, I sound so like blah, 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 because I'm trying. I know I have a strong accent. I know it's almost impossible to lose this accent, and to be super honest, I don't want to lose. So I'm okay to keep my Brazilian accent, but it's important that you can understand that. So can you see how much I changed the subjects? I was talking about something and I finished talking about, I don't know, this is myself. So, but basically this is just to say I'm so sorry. I promise you I will try my best. I will try at least one video per month, as I told you. And if I find this nice, if I can have a nice feedback, maybe I could do a bit more. If I feel happy about that, why not to try? I think that's it. I am talking too much, and I don't know, to be super honest, all my friends right now, they speak English because, as you know, I live in Australia. When I say all my friends, it's not all my friends. I'm telling you the majority of my friends, the people that I live together, that I see all the time, they are here in Australia. So of course we speak in English to each other. And all of them, they always tells me, I would love to see your videos and understand what you're talking about. And they cannot do that in Portuguese. Thank God. At the same time, I think this is amazing. But at the same time, it would be much better if they could understand me in this situation. If they could make part of this part of my life. So it's important to feel the same way that I feel when I record video in Portuguese. If I could have this feeling in English as well. I'm about to finish, I promise you. I told you that it's not easy when I record video in English because it's this type of pressure that I need to be perfect, even knowing that I'm not going to be. But the same thing happens in Portuguese. Don't think that when I'm recording Portuguese I am super, extremely natural. Of course not. You know that you are talking with a camera. I know that in the future this will be different because in the future is this image that you see. So it's like you and me. But while this process is happening, it is with me seated in front of a camera looking at a lens. Look at the camera. So it's not a natural thing, so you understand. That's it. Okay, I am talking and I have no idea what I'm talking right now. Please let me know how you feel about that. Do you have the same feeling? Do you speak another language and have an idea how difficult it is to do these things in a language that is not yours? Or, okay, another situation, even if you don't speak another language, if you are recording this video in your English, in your mother language, how do you feel when you record? Do you feel 100% natural or do you feel the same pressure? I really want to know. I think that's it. If you like this type of video, if you like to see me here, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It's so important. This type of behavior can help me a lot. And most important thing, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And of course, hit that button is the bell button, so maybe you can be advised about future videos. Who knows? Who knows how this platform will be working in the future? Whatever. And that's it. Thank you very much for being here, and I hope to see you soon, very soon. Namaste Bitch. Ciao.